Hey guys, what's up? Give me just a second. I'm just in the middle of. I was like slowly altering this thing, but I need to download it real quick. Oh man, dude. This is like the most fun I've had in a long time, dude. Finally being able to program in Python and make my own games, like, dude, this has been so fun, dude. This has been like a massive blast, and what did I do? I just opened up the wrong file. Okay, hold on. Give me just a second, guys. I just don't want to lose this real quick while I'm doing this. I'm currently I'm currently working on graphics for this thing. I'm trying to really go a lot more graphically heavy. Um, Let me pop out chat too, man. But this, oh my god, is this ever fun, dude? This is like, I kind of feel almost like being able to use all the different creative things I love to do, um, and like compact it into one source. Video's always kind of been like that, where I get to, like, be myself, use my personality to make something creative. But you never get to, like, usually, like, I'm not making art as I'm doing it. I know I've tried to make some movies that's kind of close to it, um, but this time I'm like finally getting to program a game that uses my art. I am mixing it up a little bit though. I'll explain too, and it might make some people angry, which that's fine. They can be angry. Um, I'm making video for this using my art, and the way I'm making the video is by putting in it into AI to make the video, because it's actual real scenes, like supposed to look like realistic scenes. And yeah, I don't have a studio or a crew or a bunch of actors or um, a bunch of makeup and special effects that I can afford. So I am using VO to make the video. They're very, very short video clips, almost like an FMV type video game. But I'm going to be 100% honest and just tell you, yeah, I'm using AI to turn my, well, it's not hand drawn, it's digitally drawn. My digitally drawn art, and kind of like it's like photoshopped type stuff, and then making it animated and come to life. Um, you know, of course, like I wish I could do it. If I had a studio and a ton of money, I would love to be able to do it that way. But that's not happening anytime soon. Give me just a second. Let me get here it is. Let me pop it out here. Pop out chat. Let's go ahead and grab it. Jan. Window capture. Boom, boom. Okay. Window. This is it? Yeah, that's it. Okay, let's see if there's any harsh burn for me doing that. Hey, happy Friday. Happy Friday to you all. Grim on top, as always. Hey, Scott, I read your VN demo. Oh, I thought it was an interesting concept. Where did it come from? Also, uh, isn't Dash supposed to be like on the Japanese credit on the? Maybe I messed it up. Hold on. I'm not sure. Since it's written the Japanese way. Wait. Hey, Taste Bud, Freddy. Welcome to the. Have you ever been here before? Welcome to the live stream. If you have been here before or just using a different name, just let me know. Um. Okay, sense is written the Japanese way. I'm kind of confused. I totally. I want to understand what you mean. Let me go to my game right now and check out what you mean. H.io. What is what's the one thing I got? You got a follow by Propius. I got someone did a playthrough of my game already, dude. I was like so proud, dude. Oh my god. Um, 10 Day Dream, yeah. Build Win One OS. Oh yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me see. You're talking about the front title screen, right? Sense. What do you mean like sense? The word sense is written the Japanese way. I don't think I put the word sense there. I could have made a graphical mistake. You're totally right, but I don't totally understand. Um, it's my first game ever, so I was just really proud I finished it. Let me check. Let me make sure chat is keeping up with what I'm doing at the same time. Yeah, no, it's not. Okay. It can run on a phone. It can. Okay. Um, okay. Okay. I can make a build that can run on a phone. Is that the only way you can play it, Grim? I can go back in and like do another build for. What do you need? iPhone OS or do you need Android OS? I don't know if I can do Android. I'm not sure. Oh, you know what I should do? I should make a build that runs just in like a browser. I made it run on every like Windows 7 and up. If you're still using Windows 7 for some reason, I made it work on Mac OS for like laptop Mac OS, and then I made it work for Linux too. ADD add up down right left. I'm so wait, am I okay? I'm like not totally understanding everything you guys are. Give me just a second, okay? Oh wait, hold on. Okay, and then let me. You know what? It's not important. Alright, I got trapped in ads. At the area got trapped in ads. What do you mean? I'm confused. But okay, I'm gonna keep this in mind the next time. I'm currently working on the next game, and I'm putting like a ton more work into this. My first game was mostly just to see if I could even do it. Like I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I've started many games in the past, and my lack of Python programming ability always ended up with me getting super frustrated, closing out the project and forgetting it forever. Now, every time I do that, I can literally just put it into any kind of AI, and the AI can say, "Hey Scott, you see this line here? You wrote this wrong. You need to go back in and correct this error." So I do that, and that's how I'm finally able to finish programming in Python. It is it is such a massive help. Like before, I used to have problems where like I'd run into errors. It'd be like it would crash out when I'd use RenPy. If you don't know what RenPy is, it's a Python-based visual novel programming software. It's totally free, guys. I highly recommend. So I would hit a point where I'd be like, what the hell am I doing wrong? Like it would tell me the error, which, you know, it always does. RenPy is great for that. But then when I'd look it up online, it would be like, not sure what you're talking about. Python works like this. And I'd be like, yeah, but it's Python, but it's for like a visual novel. And then I would ask like someone who was trained in Python, and whenever they would like explain it to me, honestly, my ADHD brain like just wouldn't follow properly. Like I'd be like, wait, so open parentheses, close parentheses, quotes, or do the quotes go at the beginning and the end, or the no wait both? And they just be like, no, dude, listen, stop. You do this and then this and then this, and you can only do this when this happens or this error occurs. And I'd be like, wait, can you? I only got the first part of that instruction. Can you say it again? And you know, I'd get people frustrated because I would have to ask again and again and again. And that's kind of how my ADHD brain works. Or like the other problem I have is I'm dyslexic, right? So I would reverse stuff all the time, or what I was told to do. Like it'd be like, cover this whole section in quotes and then keep this smaller section in parentheses. And I would just completely flip it, not realize I had done it. And it would just be like my dyslexic brain breaking my own games. Finally, I can just put the game into an AI, like a reader that'll read for any errors, and it'll be like, all right, hey, this line, you messed up. This line too, messed up. And just go by the number, find the line, fix the small, tiny error, and run the game, and just keep playing it through until I find it crashing or soft locking or anything like that, just over and over again, and just slowly but surely chip away at every little error by having it exposed to me by AI just calling it out. Oh, okay. Okay, I was kind of confused on that one. So you're something's going in wrong. Okay, I got you. Hey, Lizzie, welcome. Well, okay, wait. There's a bunch of chat as I was talking. Hold on, let me catch up. Taste Bud and Freddie. Yeah, it is your first time on here. Okay. Well, hey, dude, feel free to ask any questions that you have. Obviously about Japan and stuff too, or like my own personal life, I guess. I mean, anything's cool. Like, this is kind of like an open forum for you to like ask whatever, just chat, just hang out. I'm gonna be continuing to work on my game. The newest one I'm doing is called Rockcast Intrusion, and it's the one I did before was the 10-Day Dream. It's based on the Japanese Toshi Densetsu, which is like an urban legend called the 10-Day Dream. So, not my original idea. I literally just took that myth/legend and I broke it down until it was like told like a choose your own adventure story. So, this one I'm just going completely from kind of like the days of Smudge Mouth. You guys remember that goofy movie I made called Smudge Mouth? Well, I had a whole idea of how the plot would actually work with props and actors and stuff that I don't have access to. But now that I have like a whole, situation where I can do the graphics in Blender or Maya or something like that, which I've been doing that, and Procreate too. I use Procreate too when it gets into like cell shading and stuff like that. But I've made those, but now I have access to, number one, an AI that can call out my errors and just tell you like, hey Scott, like you've programmed it like this, and that would work for Tyranno Builder, but this will absolutely not work for RenPy. Sorry, it's RenPy. Because the pi is for Python. And it's just like such a sense of relief when you can turn on your game, play it all the way through to the very end, take every single different dichotomy possible, and still see it reach the finish line, dude. It's so gratifying, I guess is the right word to say. Like, I don't know. I've had so many video game ideas where I was just like, dude, if I could, like, I did the graphics, I did the music, I did the sound effects, I started programming the whole thing, and it would just, like, break halfway through. Even on Tyranno Builder, I would run into problems where no matter what, and the problem with Tyranno Builder, too, is, like, there's not a big community where you can ask a lot of questions. RenPy's way better than that. RenPy, Scott, RenPy. There's a massive outreach. So I've done that a couple of times, just gone out to RenPy forums. And then if that like absolutely fails me, mostly, not people giving me wrong information, just my brain just like running into its own errors, then I'll go to AI, I'll load in the line of code and be like, "What? Tell me what I'm doing wrong." And it'll just be like, "Scott, simple fix, just take this quote out here. You cannot..." There'd be like certain things where like, how like when you're playing a visual novel, like if a person gets like hit or pushed or punched or attacked, like the screen would shake. I would keep using, I think with Tyranno Builder, it was called like Tremor. And I would put in the input of Tremor and be like, no, Scott, RenPy only uses shake. You can't use Tremor. RenPy doesn't even know what Tremor means. So change all of like your executed actions to properly fit the language of RenPy. And I was like, oh, okay, I got it. Your name in Japanese and as but how oh since you mean since, not sense, right? Like since it's written vertically. Ah, yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, you know where I probably ran into a mistake. I probably So the way I made it go like long ways is I just kept pushing the font bar skinnier and skinnier. But what it doesn't realize is that you're putting it top to bottom. Yeah, that's a good point, man. Good point. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. It's okay. If I only messed up spelling my own name in Japanese, I I'm okay with that. Now, if I had messed up the name of the story or someone who had collaborated with me, then I would have been pissed off at myself. But if only my name takes the damage. Number one, thank you for picking that out for me, Ricardo, because that means in the future where I add my name, I need to make sure I've got the what would you even call that? That thing just means like you elongate the sound of the vowel. I don't. There's probably a proper Japanese name for it. And even though I can speak Japanese and write Japanese, I don't know the names of every grammatical tool in Japanese. So, good call though. I'll look into that. I completely understand now what you're saying. BRB, gonna grab a bite to eat. All right. Get more than one bite, okay, Meadow? Like maybe 2 or 3 bites is like it's a better situation. Don't stress it unless it's something you already want to do. Making a mobile port for me, it would have to be Android. I am gonna figure it out, Grim, because you know who I want to play my games more than anybody else? The awesome viewers who actually support me by being here, by um, trying out the silly stuff I make, by looking at my art, by listening to my jibber jabber while I talk online. I will still make sure you have a copy that can be played on Android phone. I will figure that out. Um, and I will make an announcement on a post. I won't say that you demanded it or anything like that. I'll say that through pressure of blacklisting my channel, Grim has finally. No, just joking. I'll just let people know that the Android version is out. All right, look for that post. I'm gonna go in after, and it's not about more programming and stuff like that. It'll just be a setting for build types. I never checked through every single build type, but there's probably one in there. I'll go through and check it out. Dang, now I'm hungry, dude. Meadow started talking about eating now, and now I'm like super hungry. But I'm worried like if I start eating, I'm gonna get like. You remember how sleepy I got last time? Where I was like, guys, I gotta go to bed. It's nighty night for unrested. So, anyway, guys, how have your weekends? How has your week been, everybody? Mine was crazy busy, but I want to hear about you guys. Oh, oh, Rochi 40K. Why you change your name, bro? Rochi 40K. Um, I really like your digital art. It really set the tone of the story. Oh, okay, thank you. I appreciate that, Ricardo. I wasn't so sure. Like, I've had that sitting around for like a super long time. But I was kind of like, what am I tried to build the whole damn game in Tyranno Builder before, and I used to recommend Tyranno Builder to a lot of people because it's pretty much drag and drop, but it has so many limitations. Like there's no way you can eventually make like mini games and stuff or like do things in the game other than play a visual novel. Whereas like if you use Ren'Py, there's a thing called I think I want to say it's called Python Play. Well, anyway, because it's Python based, you can create mini games in Python and insert them into Ren'Py, and then in the middle of a person playing your visual novel, they're not just stuck there like being like, yes, no, yes again, no. Like they can actually stop for a second and who knows what I'll make. I can start to explain a little bit of the newest plot. Oh, I've been thinking about making. Hold on. Oh, shoot, come on. Dang, I gotta catch up with everything. A Cyberpunk TTRPG campaign, dude. Dude, do it. Dude, if you do it, I'm the first one who wants to play, man. I love Cyberpunk, man. Make it like really gritty Cyberpunk. Like, one aspect I feel of Cyberpunk that they don't explore as much as I'd like them to is the cost of existence, like eternal existence. Like, how would it wear away at your mind? Like, how much of yourself can you give up before you're no longer considered human? How much do you allow the machine to take over your essence? And how much time is too much time when you're able to live forever by having your innards replaced constantly? Like, would there be a breaking point where you're just like, dude, shut me down already? One book that I feel like really covered that well is the Hichi novels, spelled like this. Let me type it in. Hichi. I think they're called, one of the novels is called The Boy Who Would Live Forever. The Hichi, something. I don't know. There's a bunch of them. I read all of them, like at a fanatic rate. And they get into this thing where people start to get black boxes. And just like, an airplane would have black boxes, right? Black boxes record everything up into the moment of a crash. So that same thing for human beings. They started to get black boxes put into the back of their head. And as soon as they would die, someone would take that black box and load it into another, I guess, half synthetic, half organic version of themselves. And they would continue to live. And like, they eventually reached points where like they started to go insane from being alive too long. They also reached things where like they didn't want the black box installed into a human brain, but some people started to want their black boxes installed into kind of collectives, like a hive of black boxes, and that would become like heaven to them. It was really interesting. I highly recommend the Hichi. I was going to base it in Italy. Really? Why Italy? I mean, that's fine. I'm just wondering, like, what? Okay. My grandpa got a certificate for being a Korean war vet by hospice. Oh, well, I'm glad to hear that. He deserves it. He was part of the Korean War, huh? My dad was in Vietnam, but he did get to go to Korea, and he was in Japan too. He was in Hiroshima. I remember him telling me about it when I was a little kid. He took a ton of pictures and stuff. Never drank, never ever dated or met anybody. He just sat around taking pictures. It was pretty interesting. I don't know why I changed that. Oh man, I'm sorry. You had a bad week, dude? What happened? I'm sorry, dude. I mean, if you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to, but my friend had kind of a bad week too, so I had like a so-so week. I had one point this week where I had a class that got like way too rowdy, and that's always uncomfortable. I got angry, and I try not to get angry too often. I try to be like really chill as a teacher. Like I don't support like screaming or yelling as a teacher. I feel like there's better ways to handle stuff, but I did raise my voice. I did reach a kind of a boiling point where I had to yell at the class, and I never feel good about that. I always feel like there's a better way to like express what you need done. Just got home and set it up. How's it hanging? All right, cool. I'm just going back through here to make sure I catch up with everything. I'm too lazy and broke right now to get a tab. A tab? Oh, a tablet. Oh, okay. It's fine, dude. Don't worry about it. Honestly, I want to make it so the next game, especially, can be played on just about everything. It's gonna be a lot bigger than the game I just made. Like that game I just made was probably like a 10-minute playthrough. I want to try to get this one to like a full 1 hour game because I would like to, and don't get too crazy on me. I would like to charge $1 for it. I want to make it a game that is worth $1, and I feel like for every dollar you spend, you should get 1 hour of play time. I feel like that's very reasonable. So, you know. All right. Up, down. Okay. Make sure I didn't forget anything. Okay, I really need to get something to eat. I'm like starting to starve here. I haven't eaten anything all day. But man, wait till I tell you about my new game, man. Dude, it's like I need food so my brain can work faster. Give me just a second. All right. Yeah. So you're I don't know if are you a cameraman? I think you're more like a reporter or like an investigator, like an investigative reporter. I haven't totally put everything in concrete yet, so just let me have some kind of leeway when I talk about this plot. It's not fully scripted out yet. I do have all the programming parts done, but I'm probably gonna have to drop in a lot more because I want to extend the playtime for like a solid hour. Um, I guess actually, like if you played through the whole game and did every ending, because I think there's like three different endings right now, then you could push it to like maybe I don't want to say 3 hours, but probably like two and a half. Um, you and a fellow investigative journalist need to go check out an old studio that shut down due to like kind of some shady business dealings. Like they weren't paying all their contractors and stuff like that. They started taking on all kinds of weird jobs as far as like what they would report on and stuff like that. It started to get into like kind of more dark underground stuff, and they got in bad with like the criminal underground and stuff like that, and then all other kind of weird stuff they were looking into. And their studio now has been abandoned for a while, and your company that you work for that does news is interested in purchasing it. But before they do, they want a bit of a scoop. So they're like, go ahead and, case it out, check it out. And also, excuse me, I don't mean to burp into the mic. First of all, case it out, see how it looks right now. And also, do some reporting, do some digging, and see what you can find as far as evidence left over about like how wrong things went for this company that we're taking over. So like it'll make us look a little bit better. We kind of dig up the nitty gritty on what these people did wrong and let the viewing audience know like, don't worry, once we take it over, it'll be right as rain once again, and you'll be getting more clarity in the news than ever before. But as you and what's her name? I have a name already written for her. Give me a second. Evelyn, that's right, Evelyn. As you and Evelyn, actually, and one other guy comes along too, Harrison. Harrison is like kind of I don't want to call him the senpai. He's kind of like an old, what would you say, like an old school sort of reporter who is training you and Evelyn because you guys are new on the job. And he's kind of a jerk. Like always kind of like, well, back in my day, we used to do this. You young journalists use your iPhones to record everything. That's what's like an old grandpa type saying. That's I don't know. Uh, that's what did Grandpa say? Give me like a really like 1950s, 1960s sort of Grandpa expression of like, um, that's hoot nanny. Is that what they say? Like something like that. All that hoot nanny gadgets and gadgets you got. Back in my day, we used to use 16 millimeter film. I don't know. They probably didn't use that. They probably had like analog and recorded everything on VHS or maybe even Betamax. Who knows? Um, so he's all complaining about this, and um, you find out like one of the main reasons that they finally had to shut down is like all their systems crashed, like all their equipment got fried, and it was all because they finally tried to do this one last story on what was called the Rotcast. And God, I don't want to like spoil it. I don't want to go too deep into it. Well, anyway, the Rotcast is obviously a broadcast um, that had ill intentions. Think of a mix between like Videodrome. Um, what was that movie with like the mannequins that were like talking? Broadcast Interrupt. Isn't that the name of it? I watched the movie, but the name is like so sterile that I always forget the name of the movie. Um, and what else? Like kind of a mix between that and what's like another creepy sort of analog based. Mm, the Duracell battery people. They were pretty creepy. Kind of a mix between that. It's it's not the most incredibly original plot. I had to keep it kind of simple because I can only do so much, but it it's not gory. There's no blood. All right, so we're not about doing like a bunch of gore and blood. I'm gonna try and stay away from jump scares. All right, I'm not a big fan of jump scares. I also I feel like if you just get too gory and stuff, number one, you turn off a lot of people who aren't a fan of blood and stuff. But I also feel like it's kind of an easy way to try and call something horror. Like you just put too much gore in it. I mean, there's times where like that really makes it cool. Like it really makes it awesome. Like I don't know, Splatterhouse. I guess that was kind of wasn't that scary. Like I feel like Biohazard. Oh, no, sorry, Resident Evil in Japan is called Biohazard. I feel like that game has gore, but like they're not there to be like ultra gory. They're there to like talk about like the twisted transformation of mankind in order to find power. There's some of that in here. There is some body horror, but it's not gory body horror. Okay. Oh shoot, that's my meal warmed up. Give me a second. All right, let me. You know what? Let me catch. Let me catch up. I saw like a bunch of stuff go by real quick as I was talking, so I want to make sure I just catch up with everybody. Um, that's wicked. I got an ad if you acknowledge me. Uh, what's up? YRTG.R? What? YRTGR? Your teacher. You're acknowledged. Why? Did everybody change their name? I feel like a lot of people change their name. Um. All right. Maybe is YouTube using something different now? Okay, what else? What else? Grub time. Make sure Debo-chan already had like 2 snacks and a whole bowl of food, man. I'm back with a bowl. Oh, I did spaghetti myself, so we're kind of like twinsies. Oh, I just had like a big piece of food on my lip. That's kind of gross, Scott. I heated up old spaghetti I made. Well, it's not old. It's like 1 day old. I'm gonna put a bunch of meatballs and maybe you're gonna think I'm crazy, but turkey pepperoni. You know, like pepperoni that's made of turkey. It's got like way more protein. Yeah, I forgot to buy noodles. Well, Grim, if we ever hang out, noodles on me, bro. I got you. Every game can last for at least an hour if you play it slowly. That's what I'll do. Like, you know how there's sometimes like warnings before you start a game? Like, I'll make a warning. I'll be like, please allow each page of this visual novel to exist for exactly 60 seconds, 1 minute, or 2 minutes in order to increase playtime and make this product worth your money. That's what I'll be like. I'll put Grim down as like quality control. I'll be like, yeah, according to Grim, like you can make this game go for like hundreds of hours. He said that was totally fine. That's why I've charged, you know, Escape from Tarkov type prices for it. You know what really angered me? What I heard when they're coming out with Vampire the Masquerade 2, and they were gonna charge money for each clan. Like, get at it. That's like the whole game. Like, what are you talking about? That'd be like if you bought Doom and then it was like, in each gun in Doom is gonna be DLC. Get ready for, you know, BFG $9.99. Like, what? No. I'm already not gonna play that game. I was really excited for it, but now I'm gonna wait until like it's dirt cheap. Speaking of which, Bloober Team is starting to work on Silent Hill 1. I can't wait, guys. All those who's it's, was it's, and whatchamacallits. Sounds like Dr. Seuss is talking. All right. Let me catch up with everybody. Waiting for my noodles. No, I already said that one. BRB gonna drink water, so hopefully I don't have another case of irritable bladder. Wow. Okay. Thanks for letting us in on that, Meadow. I'm back. I feel. Oh no. Oh, Will Wright. Oh yeah, dude. Spore could have been awesome, dude. Dude. I was talking to one of my students last year. Like went on and on and on about Spore, and he was like in 6th grade, and I'm like, Spore, like the Will Wright game, and he's like, yeah, it's my favorite game, and I'm like, how do you have the game Spore? Like, you were like a twinkle in your dad's eye long before that game ever, you know, like it was made for ages. And he's like, I don't know, my dad was just like a big fan and he showed it to me. And I thought like, wow, that's how like, I mean, that game was a really awesome idea. It was by the same people who made SimCity and The Sims, right? Is it under? I know some of the history of it, but you can tell me if I'm wrong. They stopped selling Xboxes at Target and Walmart to make way for the PS5, and nobody likes PS5. So wait, is that really true? I thought that was like a meme or something. Are they really like not selling Xboxes anymore at Target and Walmart? Is that for real? That's not like a joke? Debo, is that Deco? Yeah. He calls them Debo or Debu. Debu means like morbidly obese in Japanese. So calling him Debu-chan is kind of like our joke. It's a cat, guys. Just relax. It's a cat. We're not fat shaming. Well, I guess we're cat shaming. Oh, got him. Anyway, I don't know how much I want to show. Let me see. Like I'm still working on the videos. Like they're not perfect yet. And one of the videos, like, I need to make more images so when I prompt, like, it understands fully what I'm trying to do. Like the first time I asked it for one video, I showed it a character that I had made and been like, can you make like a video of this character like running through the room, like coming after you? And it kind of did okay, but it made it move like too normal. Like I wanted like jerky, unsettling movement, and it couldn't do that the first time. The second time it kind of did it, but then I don't know, like it lost track of like what I was talking about, and then did like some random baby doll doing that, which it still looked pretty creepy. So I saved the video, but that wasn't a character I made. It was just like some random thing the VO made up in its own head. I don't know. So I got to keep working on it, but it's coming along. The good thing is I have like all the main graphics done already. I've had the graphics around for like a long time. A lot of this stuff I'm working on, like I've just had graphics sitting around where I was like, I'm gonna make a game. Oh, I can't program any farther. I stop. Apparently Spore was okay. There's gonna be multiple stages. But we could add a slow reader achievement to your game I could do that. That's a good idea. I need to research achievements. itch.io I don't think has achievements, but I didn't upload it to Steam. Steam's got like a way more laborious process. Sorry if I'm chewing like yucky into the mic. I apologize. It's like kind of the most gross thing ever to listen to. So I'm sorry if that's what's happening. There's like ASMR videos where people eat stuff into the mic. What? I want to like punch my screen when that like kind of video comes on. Am I the only one? Like I want to like absolutely nuke my iPhone when I like land on a video like that where it's like, I'm like, who the hell would listen to this to fall asleep? I'd like have holes in my wall if I tried to like. It is true. That's really true. Is Xbox sucking that much? Like it, really? You know, in Japan, like Xbox, they just don't deal with Xbox at all anymore. There was something about, I forget what the situation was. It was like something with the manual, or like the internal like part of the like software or language or something. Like they didn't want to turn one part Japanese, and they're just like, "What do you mean? Like you don't want to have the manual in Japanese?" And they're like, I mean, like everybody can read English, so we're just gonna leave it all in English." And they're like, "Yeah, but we're Japan. We love video games. We want to read it in our language." And they're like, "Well, I mean, like, why don't you just make your own version of it and you can sell it there?" And they're like, "No, fuck Xbox." Like they really were not happy. Whatever the one was that came out like after PS4, the same Xbox that came out during that time, they just stopped. They just gave up. They're like, no more Xbox. They're like, yeah, I got your Xbox right here. Boop 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 boop. That's. If you had lived in Japan, you would get that joke, but I'm I'm kind of talking to myself. I'm definitely adding the slow reader. I'm definitely doing the slow reader achievement, and somehow you'll get mentioned, Grim. I'll call it like Grim's slow reader achievement. There's a funny Japanese Death Note parody called. Is there really? Dude, I need the, dude, I want to see Debu North. Dude, that sounds amazing. I'm glad I decided to stick to PC. Yeah, I've just kind of given up on consoles. Um, I say that, but I've got a PS5. I bought a PS5 because I can't get Demon Souls or Bloodborne on anything other than that goddamn PS5. Well, I guess I can get one of them on PS4, but yeah, that's how badly I wanted to play those. Mm. But like, especially the Switch 2. Guys, have you seen how crap the new Pokemon game is? Like, it is straight garbage. Like, unbelievable garbage. It takes place in one tiny city. And, like, nothing looks better at all. Like, it all looks like the same graphics from Switch 1. Like, even, like, hardcore Pokemon fans are, like, incredibly underwhelmed. Like, it looks incredibly shit. Yeah, ASMR and eating, like, I don't understand. Like, why would anybody sit around watching that? Because they want to, like, rip their ears off their skull? Is, like, that... Is that the reason? Oh, yeah, shoot. I need to finish this one. I can't lose track of this. What was the next part? Oh, yes. Yeah, wait. Yeah. Okay, give me just a second, guys. I gotta make sure I do this next part. Yeah, I've got a line of code I need to enter in, and before I forget... Alright, I don't know if I did it. I may have waited too long and forgotten if I got it right. Shoot. This is your brain on ADHD. This is your brain on dyslexia. Any questions? Wait, what was I talking about? I swear maybe they're masochists? Maybe. I don't know, man. Like, I, I mean, sorry, but I thought I bought the last one, whatever it was called, like, whatever the one was for Switch. I bought that one, and I tried to play it, and I was like, this is crap. Like, what they call grass is, like, literally just, like, a skybox of, like, green. You're like, what? Really? That's it? This is grass. Like, these graphics look better on Minecraft. I don't know, man. Like, and then I thought, okay, I'm done. I'm done with Pokemon. If it's gonna be like this garbage, like, I'm just done. And then I thought, too, like, they'll learn after this. Like, they'll be like, okay, we were getting kind of lazy there. You know, here's some cooler stuff. Like, here's some enhanced graphics. Like, you know, we want to keep upping, you know, the quality. We're not just, you know, milking it for every dime it's worth. But holy shit, like, it looks just like the game that was on the Switch 1. Like, nothing updated, nothing better, no better graphics. And now, instead of, like, being like an open world, go wherever you want, you're just stuck in one tiny city. Like, there, and you can't go inside of a single building. Like, none of the buildings open. They're just, like, you know, closed off, you know, no-go areas. I think you can, like, jump on the roofs and stuff. That's about it. And, like, I had heard when it was about to come out, people were like, yeah, but, like, yeah, it's the Paris-based one. Isn't that, like, Johto or something like that? What's the one based in Paris? Like, Paris version of Pokemon, whatever. And people were like, yeah, like, it's only one city, but, you know, Paris has got catacombs, so there's gonna be, like, multiple deep layers underneath, and they're like, oh, true, 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 yeah. Like, even I thought, like, yeah, probably. I mean, they're not gonna be like so lazy they just make one tiny city that you're just stuck in for the whole. No, there's no catacombs. They're like, yeah, but you can jump on the roof. It's like, what? You can't go into a single building in a city-based, supposedly open world Pokemon game. It's incredible, dude. Since the release of Pokemon Sword and Shield, Pokemon fans have started to give Digimon a chance, and it seems like a lot more have ditched Pokemon for their. Dude, yeah, I heard that new Digimon game's like sick. What's that one called? Like, it's. I heard it is actually really good. Like, it's on Steam right now. If you want to get the full access to everything the new Pokemon game has, and I'm saying like DLC, they've already talked about they've got DLC coming out because of course they do. That's why they shrunk the game down so small. The total, as of right now, this is without adding on more DLC and everything like that. For the full deluxe release, $120 for a shit, no graphics, same gameplay that it's been for like the last couple of decades. Switch level. Oh, also you need to have what is it? What's Nintendo's online service, like Nintendo Play or whatever the hell it is? You have to do that too if you want like full use of the game. Like, what? What? Dude, get out of here already. How about I just use Steam and play any game I want? And don't have to pay extra to play the game online. What the fuck? Oh, Time Stranger. Yeah, I remember the name. I was like, that's kind of a wild name. After Diamond and Pearl, really? I'm going to be honest with you. Black and White was like my all-time favorite, dude. Black and White was great. I really like that one. My favorite Pokemon are from that series, the Black and White series. Sock and Throw. I beat everything with Sock and Throw. Did you actually just go look at it, Grim? Right? Dude, like, it's almost like a parody. Like, you're almost like shocked that they would let it be that garbage. Like, they've gotten so greedy. Yeah. Yeah, the load times are shit, like everything. And then like, I don't know. Man, why buy a Switch? Why buy a Switch? Why buy a Switch 2? I was so like I played the Switch 1. I've got like multiple games for it. Like the only game that kind of took my interest was whichever what was it, like part 4 or 5 of Fatal Frame. Like that was pretty fun to play on it because you can hold it kind of like it's a camera. Like that was pretty fun. Played Mario Galaxy. That was fun, but it reached a point where I was kind of like, oh, I know what I got to do on this stage. I don't feel like doing it. Like, and the same thing I felt with like the new Link game, Tears of the Kingdom. Is that what it's called? I got into it. I got the part where you get like your weird arm thing, and then I figured out like the first couple puzzles, and then I was just like, is this game just gonna be puzzles? Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want. I'm not a big puzzle fan. I'll be honest. Like, it's probably because I'm a dum-dum. It's probably because my ADHD brain, my dyslexic brain, like, struggles with a lot of puzzles. Like, so if I hit a game where it's like, oh, hold on, wait up, let's not do any action yet first. How do you solve this puzzle? And you're like, oh man, are you serious right now? Lizzie, I agree. I feel like it's true. Like, Nintendo doesn't care anymore. Like, I really feel like what? Like, I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of the diehard Nintendo fans that I know that are my friends, even they are, like, fed up. Like, they're like, I'm like, what do you think of the Switch 2? They're like, no. I'm not buying it. And I'm like, well, why? You love Nintendo. And they're like, dude, I don't like. They're like, do I eat and like keep paying my rent or mortgage, or spend, up to $80 to $90 to get a new game every month? Like, no, dude. Like, they're like, that's just too much. $80 to $90, man. I bought the deluxe version of Silent Hill F that had all the DLC, that let me play it 3 days earlier than everybody else, and then gave me the full game with like nothing else is going to be added on later. And that full price was $80. And I could have just waited until it went back down, like to the normal price. But I was just too excited to play it early. $80 to $90 just gets you like the base game. And I think, what is it, like $80 is like only the digital version of games? Like, what the fuck? Are you serious? Like, that's half the reason you would have a Switch too, is to buy the actual cartridge. And I've heard they're putting out cartridges that don't actually have the game on it, but you still have to pay for the price of the cartridge. And there's nothing about a Nintendo Switch cartridge that's like collector's edition Nintendo Switch cartridge that looks like a SD memory card. Like, I mean, they're not that big. Like, they're just like, a tiny little block like this. You have the old, gamer's pack of like, either like a DVD case, CD case, cartridge case and stuff. I understand collecting that. Even sometimes the games, if they didn't, like, the battery's dead on a really old Zelda game, you'd still want that gold cartridge just to be like, dude, I can't believe I still have one of these. That's sick. Well, who the fuck? No one's out there buying collector versions of like Switch games. Like, what? Yes, Grim, well said. Nintendo has they are definitely like, the absolute prime epitome of living long enough to become the villain. And like, I guess every gaming company has kind of done that to a certain extent. I mean, there was Xbox when they were like, you always got to be online to play the new Xbox, and they're like, yeah, but what do people do in countries that are like, they don't have internet connection? And he's like, well, there's the old version of Xbox, so they can still buy that. And it's like, oh, how about go fucking die, you piece of shit? Like, or there was like other people asked, and they're like, what about like military service members who like take their Xbox with them and like, they're fighting our wars in Afghanistan right now, and they just want to play a little bit of Xbox, but they don't have internet out there. And he's like, oh, they can just buy the old Xbox. And they're just like, oh, really? That's what you're going to tell like some of your most hardcore players? Just go buy the old Xbox, the thing you already have, because it doesn't need to use internet. Like, get the fuck out of here. That was hilarious when Sony was like, let us show you how to trade games for Sony. And it was like, here's a game. Thank you. Because they were going to make it, what is it, DRM? And like, everything was going to constantly have to be online so that like people couldn't pirate games and stuff like that, dude. You know what'll stop people from pirating games and honoring, paying for everything that you make? Just making a good goddamn game. How about that? How about just make a good game where people are like stoked to own it? That seems to work pretty well for a lot of companies like Sandfall, the people who made Expedition 33, which guys, if you haven't played Expedition 33, stop watching my stream and go play Expedition 33. It's an amazing experience. Hey Scott, how was your summer? It was a good summer. Hey Tim, welcome back. How's your comic book going? Your comic book drawing, your illustration, everything going, Tim? I hope good, man. Have you heard of the old internet rumor that Nintendo got the creator of the Game Boy killed because he made a competitor for Bandai called WonderSwan? No! Is there like a video or something like that I can listen to about? That sounds amazing. I mean, if he was really killed, I'm sorry. I don't think that's amazing, but like, that sounds like a crazy like conspiracy theory type thing. What was that? Oh, that was my big fat cat. He just jumped off the couch and I felt like a small tremor. Oh, look who it is. If it isn't the chubbiest chonkers in the world. Do you want to talk to the audience? Okay. Wait. Yes. Tell them what you think. What's your opinion on Nintendo?
Hmm? What do you think? Hold on. Let me hold you nice and comfy. All right, tell everybody what you think. Hmm? What do you think? So quiet today. At a loss for words, you're so upset with Nintendo. I hear you, Mr. Deco-chan. Look at this fatso. Oh, this is like a lot of cat. I know. Can I get a big smooch and then I'll let you go? Hmm? Go get him, Tiger. Ah. Squeaky door hinge cat. Oh man, he's got all different types of meows. He's got the big, long, sad meows. I'll give you some snacks in a bit. You've already had like 2 snacks and a full thing of food, man. I swear to God. Oh, see, there you go. Did you just hear that big, lonely one? Hello. So sad. I don't think there's a video, but basically he got involved in a hit and run, and they still haven't caught the person. Gunpei Yokoi. All right, I gotta look into that. That sounds freaking amazing, dude. What the hell? That's crazy. I've been making a map for my comic project, and you seem like the kind of person who would appreciate. Dude, yes, dude. Do you like? Hold on. How do I? Oh, I used to be able to do this really. Oh, I see what I'm doing wrong. I was trying to do it from here. We're going to make you a standard moderator. All right, you're now set to moderator. I think you can post a link now, Tim. Usually when you're moderator status, you're standard, you're not like a head moderator, but I think when you're on moderator status, you're able to send links if you don't mind. If you want to share. I want to check it out, dude. I love maps. I'm a big map fan. I did a whole lesson on cartography in my art class, teaching kids to draw maps and explaining like why people had to draw them by hand because there wasn't GPS. And they're like, "What? Not GPS? What did they do? They jump up real high and take a picture down below their feet?" They're like, "Yeah, yep, that's what they did. They took a picture below their feet while they were jumping." I don't have a link or it. Yeah, send it on Discord. Hold on. I'll open Discord on my computers. Oh, my son left Minecraft on. I was like, where's this music coming from? This sort of spiritual, soul-touching music. All right. All right, it is open. Whoa, what is this picture? Is this kitten eating a whole rotisserie gold chicken? Is this real or is this AI? Thank you. I did need that, Meadow. That did brighten my day. All right. Yeah, send it on there. Let's take a look-see. I'm excited. Streamer mode is enabled. Username has been truncated. Okay. Inbox. Oh, shoot. Oh, Nuno played it. Wait. It would be better if there was more. Yeah. I'm reading people wrote. Oh, and Alejandra played it too. That's right. She said her only complaint was that it didn't last longer. And that's the nicest complaint you could ever make. But she said, it's cool. We enjoyed playing it. I wish we could have had a little longer. The consequences for choosing the wrong answer would be nice too. Well, there was. Oh, yeah, that's true. There wasn't really like a. Well, I mean, the one was like you're stuck in there forever, right? Yeah, but there wasn't like a really defining. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Don't worry, this new game's gonna have like 3 very defined endings. I wonder maybe I'll make more. I don't know. Give me just a second, guys. I feel like Yeah, chat. I don't know why. If I don't have chat opened on another window, um, rather than just going through my stream, it takes forever to update. I don't know why. I've seen a map making method where you toss dice. Ah, yeah. You toss dice onto a paper and drawing the shapes using numbers for population and building. Oh, wait, that's different than what I was thinking. Have you ever seen the one you do with rice? You take a bunch of rice and you put it all over paper. Like you just let it pour out, and then you just kind of move it a little bit with your hands, and then the shapes that the rice makes, you trace that and use that as like your kind of like random land mass. It kind of works pretty well. Like you'd be shocked at, because like then you got like little tiny pieces of rice that like became like the little isles and inlets and islands and I don't know. I just posted the art in your channel. Okay, we are gonna go check, my friend. Oh no, wait, wrong one. I just hit the. Give me just a second here. And it's in the art channel, right? Oh man, so you guys have such amazing art in here. I feel so bad that I don't check it often enough. Dude, Meadow, dude. I love this like centaur type cowgirl. Dude, that is so awesome. Wait, did one of you guys make this? Connor LS. Gremlin, I like your little, what is it, like a popsicle? A popsicle. Sorry, I'm going all the way down to the bottom, but I'm also appreciating all the art. Dude, Gremlin, did you make this? A little update on the plush I modified. Oh, you modified it. So, wait, how did you change it? I wanted to give the pup pupils, so I cut some googly. It looks like a million times better with the eyes you put on there. Like, why did they do such a bad job before with the eyes, before you put the eyes on? That, like, you definitely made that look like a million times better. What? Who drew this? A? It just says A. I like these. What's his name? A dot 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 dot. Dude. Oh yeah. I talked to this guy. He's Oh yeah. Wow. Your art is getting better and better, dude. Holy cow. Your vanishing point lines. Okay. I should share the screen. Give me a second. Like his vanishing point lines are really good. Oh wait, are those nudes? No, I can't show nudes on here. It's not like gross type stuff, but it's just somebody doing like figure drawing study. All right, give me a second before I share. I couldn't sleep, so I made a Mothman out of gloves. Dude, it's so cool. Sorry, we're gonna get to yours, Tim. I'm sorry. I want to show some love for all this stuff. I'm sorry I missed these guys. I should be looking at this more often. Who's I? It's just I? Dot, 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 dot. Why do some people, like, when they join, like, it doesn't show their full name? It just put, like, first letter and then, like, a... Is there, like, what... Do I need to do something? Ooh, yeah. Dude, this map is great. Oh, my God. All right, give me a second. We are sharing this. This looks freaking incredible. Come on, which one is Discord? There we go. How do I put it to the front? Okay, it's in the back. Give me a second. We gotta drag that up. Dude, look at this, guys. Is that text handwritten? Holy crap, dude. I'm envious of this, dude. This is freaking incredible. Oh, this is the type of map when you look at it, like you're like, dude, I want to know about everywhere. Like, it grabs your interest. Like you're like, what? Wait, what is this? What? Like you just want to learn about all the different parts because of how interesting it all looks. I want to go in closer. Hold on. How do we? There we go. Cyril looks awesome. Treboro Cavern. Luteria Pass.
Cardiac peak. Sprog. I like that word. It's always cool when you find a word like people think this might be easy, but it's really not. You want to make so like as you're making a map, you start to realize you do one thing too much. Like you either make a compound word name too much, and you're like, oh, I can't make everything a compound word. Okay, I need to call some places like its own original word that originated from the culture and traditions of that area. What do I make? And then you have to like think of a word that sounds like it's from that area that doesn't exist, that culture that doesn't exist, that tradition that doesn't exist, and trying to make that kind of stuff. It is not easy. I'm trying to think of my own words. So for example, Drathorn, even by itself, that's the name of my world, and like even that's like hard. But he's got Sprog. I like Sprog. And like sometimes, even though the word's not real, like it starts to make images form in your mind as you say it. That's when you know you've done like a really good way. Port Baggery. I like that one. You did a pretty good job of mixing it up too, of like not making everything compound words. That's one of the big mistakes I see people make. They're like floating land, boat world, land break, mountain pass, lake hole, and you're like, dude, why is everything just two words? Like, make up your own original words for the area. All right, dude. Okay, so like, what's pretty amazing about this is not only have you like created a sense of interest with all the places that you've made. For example, I really want to know what a Rusal is. Like, this looks freaking incredible. I love the skull there, but you have made a type of writing here that does not need to be perfectly lined up or perfectly straight. It can bend and twist all around it, but it still always looks okay because of how you've laid this out and sort of the sort of like a whimsical way that the village is laid out. What are you trying to? Okay, sorry, my cat's trying to go outside. Also, when I say outside, I just mean he goes to the closed-in lanai and looks at ducks and's like, yo, I could kick your ass, bro. I don't want to because I'm a nice cat, but you guys are like dead if I get out there. And he'll like sit up really high, like as high as he can on like the back of the couch that's out there and be like, yo, check me out up here. This is where I would leap to eviscerate you. You know what I mean? No, it's okay. Keep living your life, ducks. But you and me, always on watch. Let me get some more food. I'm starving. That spaghetti was good, but not enough. come on in, lazy McJerkface. What? Are you kidding? Alright, let's continue. I am really having fun looking at this. Where's my mouse at? Oh, there it is, okay. Helljoy. Little Pip. Helljoy Prime. Westwind Isles. And every once in a while, yeah, you gotta throw in one that sounds like a little bit believable. Like Westwind, right? Like, you can't get too wacky or you start to, like, lose, I don't know, what do you want to say? Like, the sort of believability aspect. Where you're like, dude, why is everybody naming everything like Broken Bone Island, Crush Skull Gut Rip Coast? And you're like, yo, what? Chill. What the hell? So you gotta, like, throw a little bit of believability in there, too. Alright, let's see. The Southern Sea. Well, bodies of water are always kind of hard, too, aren't they? The Vestronian Channel. Dude, I like that. I like that. Even though there is Vestronia, which I love the name of Vestronia. Dude, the writing on this is so good, dude. This is just, like, incredible. I love the little airship, too. Oh my god, this is so sick, dude. Judrad, the Shimmering Sea. Alright. That Spate. Alright. Nesobia. Dead Instant. Custria. That's another thing you always have to be... Okay. Like, I always had to be careful of this, too. Like, mixing up the suffix of a land. So, like, Nia, right? And on. Like, so, like, Drathcon, or Drathconia, or Nantoka Nyo. Like, right? Like, that's always hard, too. It looks like you mixed it up quite a bit, though, so you're good. Gloge Grey Isle? Gloge? Brayfra? Man, how did you do it, dude? The writing style's so good. And they're like these perfect little, like, circular sort of lands. Gruton. No treeness. Arrows. Landing. Yeah, dude. This is so good. Alright, hold on. Let me go back to camera. Close it out, Scott. Alright. So, wait, hold on. It looks like chat didn't update again. Give me a second. Yeah, what is up with that? You see that? If I'm looking at another window, it used to be that, like, as long as I had pop-out chat ready, it would continuously stream and go through my chat on OBS. But now YouTube's got some kind of weird thing where unless I have it open as, like, one of the main windows, like at the, you know, top of layers of windows, it won't update. It's so pointless. Like, I want to be able to read it on my own OBS operating system and see it. If you're making it so that even though I pop it out, I still have to have it as layer number 1 to update and read, then what's the point of popping it out? Like, what the fuck, YouTube? When will YouTube correct this garbage ass chat? Okay. Alright, Tim. What were the problems you ran into? Like, what were any of the struggles? Let me hear, because I went from one map maker to another map maker. I just told you, like, some of mine where I had to, like, keep checking suffixes. Tell me. Avarice is lost to the size of the Tower Peninsula of Michigan. So I actually had to draw more map on my iPad to figure out what some of those bodies of water even are. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So like number one, like bodies of water. Sometimes that gets difficult. Wrap around, like trying to express the fact that it's a globe, and that it wraps around is also a little bit difficult. Hey, Anne. Oh, Sunwolf, you haven't been here in a while. Welcome back. I'm glad to see you here. Um, I think, dude, I think everybody should try to draw a map, like to understand, like, it's like another level of creativity. Like, not saying like, oh, only super artists can draw maps. I'm just saying it like really expands your creativity to like another level. Like, it forces you to like look at art in a way where you're like, okay, I'm still being, fantastical and whimsy and all that, but I have to put some logical, like, physics and science and, like, into this. My all-time favorite map that I've ever seen. Does anybody have a favorite map? Before I say mine, like, what about you guys? You got favorite maps? Like, it can be like a real map. It could also be a map of a video game, a map from a book you read. Let me hear some of your favorite maps. Top 5 favorite maps. Number 5, Foot Lettuce Burger King. Oh, yeah. I hate the auto dub stuff that they have now. Yeah. Yeah, it's straight garbage. My new game, I'm gonna try and put voice acting in it. It will be voice acting. It won't be, oh no, this is horrible. We are stuck in a room that is trapped. Like, it's not gonna be like that kind of AI voice. Yeah. My all-time favorite map is definitely, and actually I don't know who drew this. I don't think H.P. Lovecraft drew this, but it's based on H.P. Lovecraft's Dream World. Give me a second. I feel like this is one of the best maps ever. Yeah, there it is. Like, I usually don't like color on maps, but H.P. Lovecraft's Dreamlands World, holy hell, man, it's like amazing. Let me get a big enough version that you guys can see. Okay, let me share screen on this. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, like, look, even in black and white, like, I mean, it looks fucking sick. Like, let's see if we can get, like, a big version. I mean, this is, like, one of my all-time favorite maps. And even in color, and I'm usually, yeah, like I said, not a big fan of it. But drawing like this is so hard. Like, the fact that this person who drew this got like all the scale to fit.
Hey, well, can I eat my food without harassment?
I'm gonna report you to Cat HR. You're harassing me. Meow Hutta. Look, bud. This is my first time sitting down to eat today. I'll get you snacks after I consume. I love you very much, but let Daddy have enough strength to be able to feed you. Okay. Oh, the Game of Thrones one. Like, you know what's interesting about the Game of Thrones one? Like, you start out, like, the first time you hear about the areas, and then, like, you hear the names and stuff, you're like, Westeros? Really? And, like, then as you start to explore it, you're like, wait a second, this thing's fucking brilliant. Like, it's one of the few maps I've ever seen where, like, accurately everything placed in it would work. Like, and I know what you're probably thinking, like, what do you mean it would work? Like, so, like, the way a river would flow, how it would flow out into the ocean, how it would be, like, closely connected near mountains and run through valleys and stuff like that. I've got, like, spicy stuff on my fingers, and I don't want to, like, touch my nose or eyes. But since I just picked up my cat, my whole face is itchy. It's a bad combination. Yeah, the Westeros map starts out like you think, like, oh, come on, like, you name Westeros, what the fuck, dude, come on, like, but then you start to investigate it, and you're like, this is, like, so brilliantly done, like, and then, like, even the history, like, of the books, as you start to, like, understand how it all played out, you realize he obviously studied, like, tons of, like, medieval. Sorry, I'm trying not to burp into the mic. He studied, like, a bunch of, like, medieval. Don't stop, huh? Like, wars and, like, takeovers and, like, falls of different, like, kings and stuff like that. And he's been able to implement that because he's so well read throughout history and stuff. It's pretty incredible. Yeah, that's another map I have a lot of respect for. What about you guys? Come on, let's hear it. You know what other maps are, like, pretty incredible, which probably, I don't know anybody else who will remember such a time. Ultima. Ultima used to come with cloth maps that were fucking amazing. When they run out of books to adopt Games of Thrones, that's when characters start fast traveling. Dude. Did you think of that yourself, dude? That's a really good joke, man. Holy shit. Oh, yeah, Lord of the Rings, too. Yeah, of course. I mean, to be quite frank, let's be honest, like, Lord of the Rings kind of, I mean, every fantasy type, whatever, owes, you know, part of its origin to Lord of the Rings. That guy, holy cow, man. Tolkien's mastery of just, like, fantasy world creation will always be, like, levels upon levels above all of us. The only thing that sucks is, like, just imagine if that guy lived today, like, the stuff he could probably come up with. Holy shit. Although, I guess if he lived today, he wouldn't have lived through World War II, so maybe it wouldn't be as good. I don't know. Oh, Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, that'd probably be a pretty good map, I bet. Final Fantasy always had, like, really good worlds and everything like that. I always respect that. But Ultima used to come with these cloth maps that were sick. Let's see if I can find one. Alright. Give me just a second here. I'm going to try and check it out. I'm going to have to just log off soon. I got some, like, the spicy stuff in my eyes. Not a smart idea. Just pick up your cat and give him a big hug and then have your face start to itch while you try to eat spicy stuff. Alright, okay, what am I doing? I'm trying to think through the pain. Ultima. Okay. Images. Alright, let's share this again. Alright. I'm just gonna keep my eyes closed while I do this. Wait, this is really hard to do. No, I'm just joking. Alright, let's take a look. Well, that doesn't look very good. Britannia. Welcome to Britannia. Okay. What? It's all written in runes? Rubbish. I can't read any of it. Never mind, I was wrong. I'm just joking. Don't these maps look amazing? Like, this looks so sick. Alright, my lovely friends. Oh, Legend of Zelda. Oh! Yes, Son of... Yeah, you know what? That was an incredible map. Do you remember, like, when Nintendo Power used to have the comic book about it? And they put the map in there, too. I had the whole fold-out map from that. That, you're right. That is a really incredible... Actually, I don't think there's many video games that hold up to that. Give me a second here. Hold on. I shouldn't have touched my face. Oof. It's not fun. Alright, hold on. Ooh, no, wait. That's really scary. I don't want to lose that. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah. God dang, dude. Even though it is, like, I'll never forget, like, it was, you know, a copy of the other world. But I remember going there and being like, dude, this feels, like, so different. Like, my little brain, it took it a while to, like, figure out, like, this is just a dark version of the light version, Scott. Hello? Alright, give me a second here. Let's take a look at this. God damn, that is a good map. Alright, hold on. I mean, the level of detail. And, like, this is massive, too, because every single place you see there, you can go inside of and everything. God damn. What happened to you, Nintendo? You used to actually care. Now the new, like, Pokemon map is just, like, if you only took, like, this little tiny area here. That's it. That's ridiculous. Alright, my friends. I have eaten my fill. Your brother had a subscription. Okay, so yeah, you know the beauty of Nintendo Power, how amazing it was. God. My friend Bill Shaw used to live next door. And the day we knew each bi-monthly magazine would come, we would literally lay out on the grass, because my grass was really nice, in the sort of breeze of October and, you know, fall, sort of November, and just wait for that book to be delivered. And we'd sit there and just go through everything again and again and again and again and again. Ah, good times, such good memories. Alright. Yeah, dude, you guys rock, man. It's so fun to hang out with you all. Just chatting, just hanging out, just talking about, oh, Mark, you just got on? Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I probably went too fast on this one. I was on for an hour and a half. Not my longest stream. But, you know, gotta call it when I gotta call it. I'm feeling super sleepy, and I've got spicy sauce stuck in my eyeballs. Anyway, I love you all. You guys are great. Got a bit of a video coming tomorrow. I think I'm going to be covering, I don't know if you guys heard recently about the topic. There's sort of a little bit of beef, a little bit of drama between Oriental Pearl and abroad in Japan. Not big, like, but he's saying, like, too many YouTubers recently are just, like, talking bad about Japan just to get, like, clickbait stuff. And I don't know. I don't feel like that's true. Anyway, have a good night. Tim, thank you for sharing, dude. Dude, hit me up if you ever need any help with map stuff. Like, if you ever run into it. Like, I've got so many suggestions and so many ideas saved up, dude. Oh, man, I'm excited for you, dude. God, I want to ask you more about it. You still have my email, right, Tim? Like, can you let me know, like, just some of the lore and stuff behind the map? Like, what it's connected to and what's going on? Like, or, you know what? No, we'll jump on Discord, and you can give me the 411. All right? Love you guys. You're amazing. And let's go ahead and reconnect tomorrow when I put out my video. And I don't know. I feel like I may stream again this weekend. Maybe. Maybe. Don't hold me to that. Love you. Have a great night.